What is going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. So the last video we put the BBS RCs on the Mark II, and it's actually perfect. I didn't know at the time, but these wheels were literally made for this car. The 17's a small tire on the Mark II. It's just the perfect combination. But now we must lower the car even more. The cars are already on coilovers, but with the PowerTechs and the big tires, we only go down so far. But now with these wheels, we have plenty of room. Like, we literally have all the space to slam the car down. Now, I say slam the car down, more than likely it'll be about another 1.5 to 2 inches will come down on the car. I've never been a big fan of having the car so low. I'm cracking oil pans, I can't turn, and the car becomes kind of unusable. I like nice and low, but still fully functional. And with this wheel setup, it should just tuck in there nicely, so we should come down a good amount and still have a fully functional car. What's also super nice about this car being a small bumper Mark II, the whole bottom side of the car sits fairly high. There's no side skirts, no big front lip, there's nothing in the back. So we should be able to get the ride height I want and still have plenty of clearance underneath the car. Again, I like low cars, but I also like functional cars, and that's what those will be. Low, good fitment, functional. So I went ahead and measured the current ride height of the car. We're sitting right about 22 inches from the center arch to the ground on the car currently, and I'm hoping to be somewhere around the 2019 range after this is done. What's super nice about having very small tires, I can reach directly in, adjust the coilover, and not even need to pull a tire off, which is super nice. Also, I have 4.5 inches of thread left on the front coilovers, and I have 6 inches of thread left on the rears. We could go down, like, we could probably be like tucking like a good portion of the top section of the wheel. I don't want to go that far with it, but like I have all of the adjustment if need be. You guys know I do enjoy bags, but having a nice new coilovers that just spin like this, not seized up, everything's clean, there's no rust, and that's so nice. Probably should have measured. I started spinning. Well, I'm gonna go down to like where the bottom perch is top of the tire. That'll be my measurement, and we'll just go from there. Oh, that's a lot down. That's about an 1.5 inches. We'll see. Down she goes. So no real measuring. I just got the spring lined up to the top with the spanner here. This flat on the tire, the spring is directly to the bottom of that, so that's my measurement. And we'll see where we're at. It was a good amount down. We'll see. So I went back and I measured, did things properly. I spun these down about 1.25 inches. I've done both of the front so far. You can see where we currently sit. Much smaller gap compared to the rear, where there's all this space. Kind of hard to tell on camera because the car is kind of dark with the flares, but you can see obviously the car is tilting forward. But we gotta go more. We have so much room for activity still underneath here. We can probably get down to about, I think fender to lip, honestly. Now with turning, we'll have to see how that's gonna work. I don't wanna tear these up because the flares aren't rolled at all, and I can't really roll them because where these mount, if I roll it up, it's gonna make these sit kind of weird, and I don't wanna like glue these onto the car. You could go through and trim these all the way flat and glue them to the car, but I don't wanna do that. I like having the OEM mount still, so we're gonna keep that for now, but I think we can get to about fender to lip and still be able to turn with the small tire, I think. All right, well, you know you're doing something right when you have to bust out the blocks of wood because the car is stuck on the jack. So we are in the right direction. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. I don't know if the car's gonna turn, but the ride height looks sick. We're about 10 millimeters or so off of being like actually fender to lip. There is still room like in here to fit my finger. Can I turn? I don't know, but it looks sick. You know, the front of the car looks so good. Oh, I love it. It looks like we have the back aired up and the front lowered down. Man, that looks good. All right, let's do the rear and see the entire thing down. Well, it started to rain, but we were not deterred. The car's on the ground. It's done. I'm happy with the ride height. We went from 22 inches from fender to the ground to now 20.5 front and rear. It's just about fender to lip, and I think it's perfect. Like, perfect. I tell you guys, I am beyond stoked with how this car came out with these wheels and lowering it down. This thing looks incredible. The ride height came out perfect. Like I said, we went from 22 inches from center arch to the ground and down to 20 and a half. And I think it's exactly where it needs to be. Also, I can't go any lower in the front. If I spin it down any further, the spring actually hits the tire. So this is as far as we go down, but with the 17, still plenty of room this way. I will say, I haven't tried to turn yet. Forward and backwards, no problem. Will the car turn? I don't quite know just yet, but I think we'll be fine with the small tire. However, I mean, it's perfect. The wheels, the 17s, the ride height, like solid. Solid. Whew, it just looks so good. So good, and just, I love this thing. Last year I brought the wagon out to the rod run, which was fun, but with everyone being the older cars, DeHate in the Beetle, Matt in the truck, John had the Corvair last year, I want to say. I wanted to bring this car last year because obviously this is an older one. Be cool to cruise with older cars, but I still had the automatic trans in this car, which would not always start sometimes, and I didn't want to mess with that. So now that it's manual swapped, we got the wheels on it, it's lowered down, like we are ready to go for rod run. Oh, I can't wait. I think John and them are here today, and we'll just have all the cars cruising, looking like a whole squad out there. The car definitely has that Euro style feel to it now. With the face mounted wheels, they're not super wide, and we're just tucking. Normally my style is fender to lip, but way out here you can see by this car, all the cars I have, the wheels sit pretty much in line with the fender. But on this car, changed it up a little bit. Just in there, tucking, Euro style. And like I said, these wheels in this car are perfect. Perfect. I couldn't think of a better fit for this car. And I've seen these wheels on Mark IIIs on like that on my car, didn't like it. Other cars looks better than what I liked on my car, but just in the Mark II, it's just, they belong right here. All right, so at this point, all that is left to do is make sure the car is still drivable-ish. I really want to raise it. I like how it looks. So hopefully we can turn enough. I don't know, maybe with the small tires, we might still have full lock, but I don't think so. We'll see. But I really don't want to catch the fender flare and like tear it off. So hopefully at this height we are still drivable. Also, watch how nice this car starts. It's just like, bro, instant. What a great car. All right, please don't rub, or don't rub too bad. Kind of forgot I ain't got no wipers. The little piece inside here is broken. I wanted to use the other one I have, but you have to swap like everything, and well, yeah. Thankfully, today's only a rainy day. It's supposed to be clear the rest of the week, so that's sick, but yeah. It's just there for looks. So I'm not gonna lie, I think I actually have full lock. I mean, it's touching. It's like right there. Like, I know it's definitely touching right here. It may kind of self-clearance, but I don't know. Well, we'll go around the block, see what happens. Hopefully, if I'm going like slow, because on that side, it's kind of catching right in the back side of the flares, and I don't want to like yank it off, but I don't want to really raise the car either. So we'll do a lap in this and see how it goes. So kind of to my surprise, it's working. I'm not going super fast, but like smooth. I will say the car is a lot stiffer at this height, and plus this whole wheel setup versus the higher ride height and the balloon tires. But I mean, feels pretty good. Cruising out, kind of chilling. I think we might be good. I've turned a few times, everything felt fine, so might be good. And I'm hoping the little bit that it is touching the flares when I turn the car will kind of do self-clearance. There's not a lot of room to actually like roll these, but there is enough room to kind of melt a little bit of plastic off. And these tires are pretty smooth at the edges, so if I don't like catch it severely, we should be good, which would be sick. Oh, she feels good. No weird rattles, no rubbing. I think we've done it. All right, look at another one. Let's see. Manhole cover. Solid. No clanks, no nothing. Oh yeah. I think we're on to something, boys. I think we got it. Well, nice. Killing it. Perfect. I'm gonna keep saying it. I am so hyped how this car has come together. It's so good. And I know it's not the lowest Mark II in the world, not the lowest car out there, but it's functional. It sits exactly where I want it, just by that fender lip mark. And again, it's still functional, which is perfect. And eventually when I get a photo of Miley, the Mark IV, and this car all together, once that car's aired out, that car's aired out, they'll all sit pretty much the exact same, and this car's still static, which is sick. One day though, it would be cool to put this car in bags and then like tuck way down. But currently with how the spring is in the front, I can't go any lower because the spring will hit the wheel and we're gonna blow a tire out. And we don't wanna do that. But for being static and fully functional, the car sitting 20.5 from fender to the ground, pretty much fender to lip all around. Perfect. Could not be more stoked. This thing looks fantastic and I'm so hyped to cruise around Daytona with the homies this week. The fact that I can turn full lock to lock is fantastic. Small tires for the win. Perfect. Woo! Man, the Mark II. Best $300 for a Mark II ever. And again, the story behind this car, it's a 1987, built in 86 in West Germany. It actually has a plaque on the door, you can see right here, where it says, I am West Germany right there. Then it was shipped from there to North Dakota, which was sold from this dealership. And it spent its entire life in North Dakota. The fact that this car is not rotted to nothingness is crazy. But then I found on Facebook Marketplace, they wanted 500 bucks for it. I got it for 300 bucks. It had been sitting for 2 years prior to that. And now here she is in Florida, slammed on some BBSs that cost more than the entire car. But it's all part of the fun. I love this car. Manual swap. It's just, she's not perfect. She has her little dents here and there, but like the whole entire like vibe and the character of the car with its blemishes and that kind of stuff, like it just fits super well together. I love this thing. It's fantastic. I love cars that have cool stories behind them, and this one definitely has a great story behind it. All right, well, with that, I think we're gonna end this video here. The Mark II just, she'd be looking spicy. I can't believe this is the same car. This thing looks ridiculous, and it just shows how much, I mean, we've done a lot of this car between trim painting and like a bunch of stuff, but like wheels and lowering a car change the whole thing so much. Like this thing just spicy unit. This thing looks fantastic. But gonna end this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.